Two Sides of the Same Coin, an introduction of Tim Walker. I named the introduction Two Sides of the Same Coin because as I go through it, I'll kind of highlight how I've been able to sit on both sides of the table throughout my education career, both personally and professionally. First off, starting out personally, I'm married to my wife Lorna for 16 years. I have twin 10-year-old boys. Reed is on the left and Preston is on the right. They're polar opposites, which makes life really fun because they're in very different things, which really helps to keep everything in balance, I think. We did get the obligatory pet over the quarantine time, so that's Roxy, our 2-year-old pit mix. When not working, I can be found doing sports and scouts and puzzles or just being outdoors. I love being outdoors and just being active. Professionally, did my undergraduate work at Emporia State, majoring in secondary business education with a minor in mathematics. Graduate work at University of Kansas with a master's in special education and high incidence. Then I just completed my doctoral work at the University of Missouri-Columbia. Go Tigers! Studied educational leadership and policy analysis, and my dissertation topic was social emotional learning in the secondary suburban classroom. For teaching experience, I was at Harmon High School in KCK for a number of years, and then Blue Valley North and Blue Valley Southwest teaching in the emotional disabilities or EBD or ED setting. And then in 2018 moved to Shawnee Mission South where I teach special education and the department coordinator. So in all three of those, some things where I've been on both sides of the coin is that I've been recently a student as well as a teacher. So really communicating with teachers or with students how things are presented to make it easy to work with, easy to see the flow, as well as how to access it, and double checking all of those access links because I can really connect with the frustration experience in trying to access something and then it not working. And as a teacher, trying to do that and it not working. For my areas of special education, not only do I teach special education, but I also have a child who benefits from special education. So that being said, it helps me when I'm creating my IEPs to be sure that I'm being clear and concise with them so I can communicate effectively to parents because I know that not all parents have the same background that I do to know that what this means, why their students even on IEP or why we're even meeting to discuss their child. When speaking of forms of communication, digital is the primary form of communication to parents and staff. Email, moreover, text messaging with the teachers I work with, as well as the paraprofessionals that I manage. Twitter is huge. Canvas, I communicate that a little bit. Skyward is our student information system. Band app is an app we use for soccer. For where I coach soccer, we use Band to communicate to parents and players. Remind I use in one math class that I co-teach in. It's handy. I don't use it very much, but it is something that we do use. Digital is always my first go-to. It's easiest for me to access since I have the computer, I have an iPad, I have my phone, all connected to the same accounts. And our administration is super active on Twitter, which stakeholders follow and kids look to for information and news. Other forms, oral communication would be the next level that I use regularly. I find the phone call or conversation is easier in the long run to communicate ideas, needs, or questions. However, it's also time-consuming. It's unreliable if someone's not available when you need an answer right then and there, or when you're hoping for a quicker response sometimes. And then written communication comes in the least used. I can't really think of any other tools that I would need, but I hope to learn as many tools as I can throughout this program. I think, in reflecting on the articles, I think creating a well-rehearsed introduction can help you as a leader in many ways. You can communicate your passion, share your vision, allow people to see what you value in followers. When considering policy to follow, when communicating with others, I refer back to the question, would I want this on the front page of the newspaper? That was something that one of the districts I was in was pretty famous for saying. So other than that, no other policies have been brought to my attention that I'm expected to follow. Correlation, I think conveying purpose and passion to others upon meeting them will help in communicating who you are and what you value. Sharing this will help in connecting with people and encouraging further interactions. I think that's how it correlates to being to that standard. Relevancy, as I make more connections, I need to share my passions and values to give others a better understanding of me. In doing so, I can bring others to my support or to your support. Moreover, I feel like also sharing these values and passions, you can get feedback in how you're doing with them. How are they being perpetuated through the organization? How are you doing emulating those every day? Do other people see those? And gaining that feedback from others when you're open about what those passions are. Personally, I need to be putting more effort into my introduction in general. That's one area where all the articles agree. The articles brought to my attention how non-reflective I am regarding my strengths and passions. This fact encourages me to work to refine those and distill them to a compact, easily shared statement. As a leader, being concise and clear with how I share my values can help your followers in multiple ways as well. It can empower them to have their own dynamic introduction, invoke a higher resolve to make your introduction true. So when you share it with a follower who values that as well, or who wants to see that happen, they'll definitely want to help you accomplish that. And then finally, can demonstrate that you have a clear grasp on who you are, which I think is important as a leader. Thank you so much, and I look forward to meeting you all.